If you've ever
All for an uprising, welcome to today's show. I'm sure most of you heard about Elon Musk and his attempt to buy Twitter. And now it appears, as of me recording this, that Elon Musk is indeed going to be handed the keys to Twitter and purchase it for above $40 billion. Cannot believe a platform like that could even be worth that type of money. But this isn't about him buying the platform and what the platform is worth, of course, as much as it's about free speech and deception. I urge people not to fall for this deception, because that's exactly what it is. Elon Musk is not for the people. He's never been for the people. He pushes agendas that are obviously way against what our society needs and leans towards the quote-unquote liberal side, but really the elite side. He's the richest person in the world. I mean, you're not going to become the richest person in the world if you're not one of them. He's pushing electric cars, and of course, he's pushing Neuralink. Is it a coincidence that this entire announcement is being made? If you go to his Twitter feed, the last thing that he posted as of me recording this is about Neuralink. You see, what they need to do is they need to start getting these people who are rich billionaire elites to start siding with people who would lean towards the right, siding with things like free speech. So then they could start easing them into things like the Neuralink, like electric cars. That's how they're going to have to do this deception, because otherwise, with the way that things have been going, nobody's trusting in Bill Gates. No one's trusting in these characters that come out and keep pushing this on the people. But if Elon Musk comes in here, suddenly allows free speech on Twitter as if anyone really cares, because in reality, the entire thing, the free speech is gone. It is dead. It's going to continue to go away. So this little caveat of, ooh, we have free speech back temporarily on Twitter. And of course, you know, I'm not on Twitter. I'm here on YouTube. But those who are on there thinking that this is some big monumental thing, this, of course, will tie in with Trump and being allowed back on the platform. And they'll talk about it in the media that Republicans have gained power. It's just a distraction, a waste of time, when this type of topic should never be discussed. We should never be discussing who can say what where. But we've gotten to that point where we have the left and right fighting for what can be said and what can't be said. And like I always call it, it's like a seesaw. It goes up and it goes down. It goes to the left, it goes to the right. It goes to the left, it goes to the right. And now, of course, with this, it will be going to the right. But really, I mean, Twitter free speech, first of all, it would be nice if somebody could buy YouTube, but we know that can't happen, and give free speech back over here. But they know that this platform is way more important to wake people up and help, you know, people learn about what's really going on versus a 40-word tweet. But this is nothing more than a deception. Will they give free speech back on Twitter? Probably temporarily, and something else will happen, and people will continue to look at this instead of looking at what they're doing to food supplies in this country and around the world, and how they're blowing up food processing plants, how they're paying farmers to dump milk in the middle of fields, how they're throwing food in the middle of the ocean, all this stuff that they won't talk about. But things like this is how the left and right game works. People on the right who are awake, they buy into this stuff. Now, if they can start feeding them people like Elon Musk, who are pushing things like the Neuralink and that type of technology, it'll start bringing people from the right into this new world order without them realizing they're getting pulled into it. They'll be influenced by people like Elon Musk. Oh, Elon Musk gave me my free speech back. Well, the Neuralink, all that stuff with conspiracies is a little much. I mean, technology is pretty cool. I mean, let me look and learn, and maybe I'll get the Neuralink. Oh, it can cure diseases. I'm in. Sign me up. That's how it all works. These people of influence have obviously completely influenced the left. Completely. They're foregone. They're not even human at this point. The people on the right are the ones who are going to be massively deceived here. Don't think that everybody who leans Republican, there's a lot of Christians in that mix, lukewarm Christians too, obviously, because they buy into believing in man and that man is going to save them, that Trump is going to save them, that narrative. They're going to be pulled towards this new world order by bringing in people like Elon Musk, the richest man in the world. You don't think he's one of the elites? Oh, because they battle him in the media and they make fun of him in the media. That's all being done on purpose. The same with Trump. They're all puppets. They are engineering you. They're not just going to completely engineer the one side and leave you out in the dust. They need to get everybody groomed and everybody brought into this new world order. Now, if you're not familiar with Neuralink, let's take a look at what Elon Musk has planned for society.
It looks like all human activities are slowly being replaced by artificial intelligence in today's world. Does this mean AI bots will be able to take over one day? We will be telling you in today's video. Elon Musk's company, Neuralink, is going to start implanting chips inside human brains very soon and is expected to be a solution to many diseases and human limitations. So what do these chips do? How does Musk plan on planting chips inside human brains? And is this form of artificial intelligence the future of humanity? Hang on to your seats as we tell you all about this. As we all know, Elon Musk is known for his companies like SpaceX and Tesla, but he also has a few unusual ventures. He claims that by using one of them, he will be able to accomplish symbiosis between the human brain and artificial intelligence. Musk's neural interface technology is called Neuralink. Simply said, it's developing technology that could be implanted in a person's brain, where it could both record and stimulate brain activity. Firstly, let's talk about the quiet rise of Neuralink. In 2016, Neuralink was secretly formed under the radar. Despite Musk's enthusiasm for Neuralink's near-term potential, he frequently links the firm with his concerns about artificial intelligence, as he believes that one day, artificial intelligence and humans will become one. Musk has made a lot of outrageous statements about the potential benefits of Neuralink. He predicted that by 2030, humans would be able to store and replay memories, as shown in the TV show Black Mirror. Experts have questioned these claims time and again. Improved brain interface technology, such as Neuralink's, could help researchers better understand and cure severe neurological diseases like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. Another application, according to Professor Andrew Hyers, could allow patients to control robotic prosthesis with their minds. Insider spoke with University of Newcastle's neurologist, Professor Andrew Jackson, who said, "Not to say that that won't happen, but I think that the underlying neuroscience is much more shaky. We understand much less about how those processes work in the brain. And just because you can predict the position of the pig's leg when it's walking on a treadmill, that doesn't then automatically mean you'll be able to read thoughts." Others have also said that Musk is just living in a fantasy land when he speaks of merging humans with AI. Two pieces of equipment are being developed by Neuralink. The first is a chip that is implanted in a person's skull and has electrodes that fan out into the brain. Neuralink is designing a chip the size of 1 cent that would be implanted in a person's skull. A network of tiny wires, each about 20 times thinner than a human hair, spread across from the chip and into a person's brain. The wires are fitted with 1,024 electrodes that can monitor brain activity as well as electrically stimulate the brain in theory. This information is wirelessly transmitted to computers, where it can be analyzed by researchers. The second is a robot that could implant the chip automatically. The robot would work by piercing flexible wires coming from a Neuralink chip into a person's brain with a stiff needle, similar to a sewing machine. In January 2021, Neuralink produced a video showcasing the robot. The machine, according to Musk, may make implanting Neuralink's electrodes as simple as LASIK eye surgery. While this is a bold claim, neuroscientists told Insider in 2019 that the machine has a lot of promise. Professor Andrew Hyers highlighted a feature that would automatically alter the needle to accommodate for a patient's brain movement during surgery, as well as respiration and heartbeat. The robot is currently 8 feet tall, and its design was created by Woke Studios while Neuralink developed its underlying technology. During a live demonstration in 2020, the company successfully demonstrated one of its chips being used on a pig. The proof of concept demonstration revealed how the chip could precisely predict Gertrude's limb positions while walking on a treadmill, as well as capture brain activity when the pig sniffed about for food. According to Musk, the pig had been living with the chip implanted in her skull for 2 months. Professor Andrew Jackson, an expert in brain's neural interfaces at Newcastle University, said, "In terms of their technology, 1,024 channels is not that impressive these days. But the electronics to relay them wirelessly is state-of-the-art, and the robotic implantation is nice. This is solid engineering but mediocre neuroscience." Following the 2020 presentation, Jackson told Insider that Neuralink chip's wireless relay might have a significant influence on the safety of animal research subjects in science, as most neural interfaces currently in use on test animals involve wires coming out through the skin. Even if the technology doesn't do anything more than we're able to do at the moment, in terms of a number of channels or whatever, just from a welfare aspect for the animals, I think if you can do experiments with something that doesn't involve wires coming through the skin, that's going to improve the welfare of animals, he said. Hang on a second, viewers. If you've managed to make it to this part of the video, we would like to thank you. Make sure to extend your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Now, let's continue. All the technology that he showed has been already developed in some way or form. Essentially, what they've done is just package it into a nice little form that then sends data wirelessly. Dr. Jason Shepard, an associate professor of neurobiology at the University of Utah, told Insider during the 2020 demonstration. If you just watched this presentation, you would think that it's coming out of nowhere, that Musk is doing this magic. But in reality, he's really copied and pasted a lot of work from many labs that have been working on this. According to Elon Musk, human testing could begin by the end of this year, but he stated the same thing last year. During an interview on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast in May 2020, Elon Musk stated that Neuralink might begin human testing within a year. In February 2021, he claimed the same thing in an interview on Clubhouse. Experts questioned the timeline at the time because part of the safety testing for neural interface device entails implanting it in an animal test subject, which is usually a primate, and leaving it there for an extended period of time to ensure its longevity, as any chip would have to remain in a human patient's brain for the rest of their lives. Jacob Robinson, a neuroengineer at Rice University, said, "You can't accelerate that process. You just have to wait and see how long the electrodes last. And if the goal is for these to last decades, it's hard to imagine how you're going to be able to test this without waiting long periods of time to see how well the devices perform." In the near future, the chip implanted in a person's brain could be used to treat neurological illnesses such as Parkinson's. In a 2019 interview with Insider, Hires suggested that the electrodes in a patient's brain might potentially duplicate the senses of touch, allowing the person to exert finer motor control over a prosthetic limb. Elon Musk also claims that the chip might be used to merge human consciousness and artificial intelligence in the long run. Despite Musk's praise for Neuralink's near-term potential, he frequently associates the firm with his concerns about artificial intelligence. Musk believes mankind will be able to attain symbiosis with artificial intelligence. In 2019, Musk informed Lex Fridman of the Artificial Intelligence podcast that Neuralink was intended to address the existential risk associated with digital superintelligence. While Musk agrees that it is not possible for humans to be smarter than artificial intelligence, he certainly believes that a hybrid between the two can lead to a new form of intellect that can remain untouched for centuries.
It is the most frightening technology you could possibly imagine. Because remember, the end game is full control. That means of your mind, your thoughts. That means things like pre-crime becoming real. That means them influencing your mind, being able to control your mind, becomes an actual reality. Now, they already can do that through mind control now, but they don't have full control. They don't know what I'm thinking 5 minutes from now. They don't know what you're thinking 5 minutes from now. They don't know what you're thinking right now. They want to know what you're thinking right now. That's the whole reason that they have all of this augmented reality and all this artificial intelligence online and these algorithms in place so they can constantly monitor what you type. They want you to do this stuff on your own willingly. Type how you feel on Twitter. Type how you feel on Facebook. That's because they want to know what you're thinking, how you feel. Not because they care about you, because they want to monitor you. And the end of that is getting the Neuralink inside of your brain. I did a video yesterday talking about this with the Neuralink and a television show. If you didn't see it, not many people did see it now that I'm on this new channel. But check out the video from yesterday. It's got the eyeball and the thumbnail about a TV show. It talks just about this type of stuff if you need it broken down and made even simpler to understand. So Elon Musk, the deception of free speech coming back to social media, this will start hurting people on the right into trusting Elon Musk, feeling like he's a patriot. He did something for society. He brought back free speech. He cares about the people. At the same time, his last tweet is about the Neuralink, which is the end of people, the end of mankind, the end of humanity, humans and their DNA not being manipulated. It will be manipulated once the Neuralink is inside of people's bodies. So they know that they need to have some of these rich billionaires who are trying to change the world for Satan. They know that they need these people to lean more towards the right to influence that group of people. Just like I said about Bill Gates. You know, if they had the whole Gates thing backfired on them because everybody saw through it. They didn't get the numbers that they expected to get with the potion. They wanted way more people to sign up for it. I'm sure that they're pretty surprised at how much pushback they got. Now they can bring some people and give you a little taste back. Oh, here's a little free speech back. Now listen to what Elon says. And Elon's talking about, well, we're going to do experiments with Neuralink this year. And he's going to push it and push it and push it. He's going to be in the news all the time. And people on the right will be signing up for the Neuralink because they think that he cares about the best interests of humanity. And the fact is they're all working together against humanity.